Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining me again after our introduction into Pilates. We're going to take this time to give you 3 very simple benefits of Pilates and do some exercises that display those benefits as well. So the first benefit that Pilates can provide for us is a reduction in stress or stress reduction. The second benefit that Pilates provides for us is strengthening the body. And the third benefit that Pilates provides for us is balance and strength. So we're going to start with the breathing exercise that fosters stress reduction in our minds and also helps to alleviate any stress in our physical bodies, especially in the upper trapezius and our neck and shoulders area. So here we go. Okay, guys. Breathing is a very simple exercise that simply does exactly what it says. Our breathing exercise has us on our back, and we're going to close our eyes. You can place your hands on either side of your mat, or for a fact, if you want to feel how the breathing exercise works in terms of lung expansion and rib expansion, you may want to place the heels of your hands here on your ribs and place the tips of your fingers on your belly. So with that breathing, we're going to inhale through pursed lip, inhale through the nose, exhale through pursed lips. Keep those eyes closed as you inhale and exhale. When you inhale, you notice the expansion of the ribs side to side, and when you exhale, you notice that the ribs come in and down, as does the abdominals. They rise towards the ceiling and then they depress towards your spine. So we're going to inhale through the nose, feel the lungs expand and the ribs expand. And we're going to exhale. Feel those ribs come in and down and those abdominals depress towards your mat. Let's do 2 more. Big breath in. Exhale out. And 1 more big breath in. Exhale out. Lovely. We're going to open our eyes and go on to the next exercise. It's my hope that you felt the release of any tension that you may have been holding on to in the upper portion of your body, especially your neck and shoulders, and also gives you a little bit more clarity of mind the more oxygen that we get into our bodies. So with that being said, we're going to lie back down and go into our strengthening exercises. Lie down on your back. Place your hands on the side of your mat. We're going to do a breath in, and I'm going to bring my chin down a little bit towards my chest. That's my inhale. I'm going to exhale and roll my body up and tighten my core, and then inhale to bring it down. We're going to do that again. Big breath in, nod your chin, exhale, roll up to reach, inhale, bring it down. This is called an ab prep. It's a great and effective exercise in strengthening the muscles of the abdominals. And we're primarily focusing on the rectus abdominis, or affectionately known as your 6-pack. We're going to inhale and bring our chin slightly down towards the chest, not too much. We're going to exhale, pull those abdominals tight towards the spine, reach forward, bring it back. And we're going to do that again. Big breath in, exhale, roll it up, reach forward, bring it back. Lovely. Now, the next exercise that we're going to do to help us with strengthening the rectus abdominis is what we call a double leg press. Place both hands on the sides of your knees and roll your body up to start. We're going to inhale to reach the arms and legs away. Exhale, tighten the core as we bring it in. Inhale, reach the arms and legs away. Exhale, let's pull those arms in. Inhale, reach the arms and legs away. Exhale, pull it in. And inhale, reach the arms and legs away. Exhale, pull it in. We're bringing our head, neck, and shoulders down to the mat. And we're going to float our feet to the mat as well. Lovely. All right. We're going to sit up to do the next exercise, which is called spine twist. So, we're going to sit up. Sit nice and tall. Bring our arms out to the sides of our body and pull the shoulders down. With a big breath in, we prepare. And with an exhale, I'm pulling my abdominals to my spine, and I'm going to turn my spine towards the left. I'm going to pull my abs again. I'm going to turn towards the left again, and I'm going to pull my abs again, and I'm going to do a third twist towards the left. I'm going to inhale to bring my arms and my body to center. I'm going to reset my shoulders. Big breath in. Exhale, twist, twist, twist. Inhale to center. Reset those shoulders. Keep those shoulders pushing downward. And exhale, rotate 1, 2, 3. Inhale to bring it center. Shoulders down. And exhale, rotate 1, 2, 3. Bring it to center. Shoulders down. And one more set to each side. Exhale, rotate 1, 2, 3. Bring it to center. And exhale, rotate towards the back. 1, 2, 3. And bring it to center and float the arms down to the sides. So that's a rotational exercise that helps to work the muscles of the obliques. The other thing that we like to do is we like to do what we call side bend. A side plank is not so much a side bend unless you actually put a bend in it. So we're going to do a version of a side plank, but it's called side bend, actually. So we're going to lift the body up and go into a plank. And we're going to arc those ribs towards the ceiling and bring it down. Pull the abdominals tight as you arc towards the ceiling and bring it down. And one more time as you arc towards the ceiling and bring it down. Lovely. Now we're going to bring ourselves to the other side of our mat. And boy, Pilates can be a lot. Sometimes people are like, I don't know what's going on with that, but Pilates can be a lot. You can actually start sweating. So a little sweating going on here, but that's okay because we're exerting ourselves in a different type of way. So we're going over to the other side. What we do to one side, we like to do to the other. Side bend. We're going to arc and bring it down. You really want to see what my core is doing. And I'm pulling those abs tight and arcing that waistline. It's kind of like crunching the waistline in. So we're bringing ourselves out of that side bend. And we're going to go on to the next exercises, which are exercises that we do in extension. So we'll talk about that in a moment. So bringing ourselves here onto our stomach, guys. You're like, what? Onto our stomach, but these are great exercises to strengthen the muscles, like we said, of the core. The muscles of the core are not just your abdominals, but the muscles of the core are also your back muscles and all of the muscles from the neck down to where your waistline forms itself. So I'm lying down on my stomach and I'm going to place my hands on either side of the mat. And then I'm going to turn my feet outward. And I've got on some red socks, but I don't know if I'm in the shot pretty good, but we're going to do the best we can with our camera. Place your hands here on the side and bring your palms flat on the sides of your mat. I'm turning my feet out like ducks, and I'm going to do a swan. We're going to pull the shoulder blades down towards the sitting bones or towards the heels of my feet or the end of my mat. And I'm going to give myself a big breath in. And I'm going to exhale. lift myself up to what looks like a breaststroke prep, and then extend my arms, and I'm going to lift my body, my abs off of the mat and keep those shoulders pushing downward. And then I'm going to inhale to lower down. Good. And I'm going to pull those shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to exhale. I'm going to lift up, elbows on the mat or on the floor. I'm going to peel my abdominals away from the floor, and I'm going to lift up. Good. And you'll really feel this in your abs, in your back, and in the sides of your glutes. So I'm going to shimmy forward just a little bit so that you'll see what the other side of the exercise looks like. So we're going to place our feet on the mat, and I'm going to shimmy forward. So you see how my legs, I have just made like an upside down letter V, and pull the shoulders away from the ears. Big breath in. I'm going to lift. I'm going to exhale, peel those abdominals off of my mat, and I've lifted my body up, and I'm going to roll it down to the mat. I'm going to walk my feet together, and I'm going to bring myself up on my hands and knees, and I'm going to push my glutes, and I'm going to bring my red socks in here towards the heels of my feet, and I'm bringing my body forward. Reach those fingertips towards the end of the mat. Give yourself a breath in. You exhale. And give yourself that breath in. You exhale. And one more breath in. And you exhale. Bring your hands here. And we're going to have a seat on the mat. Now, the seat position that I'm in is what we call a mermaid seat. Normally, I would do this exercise, but I think that what we've done right now has given you a really good idea about how Pilates will strengthen you. Our first exercise was breathing. That helps us to set the tone and release any tension in our body. Our next exercise was the ab prep. We were on our backs, we rolled our body forward to tighten the muscles of the core and strengthen the muscles of the core. Our next exercise was double leg press. That's when we brought our knees to tabletop. We swept the arms over the head while the legs extended forward, the arms extended behind us, and we rolled up, pulling the abdominals towards the spine, again, to work the rectus. Our next exercise was side bend. It's simply a version of a side plank, but what we did was we arched the ribs up towards the ceiling and squeezed the waistline, the sides that are called lateral flexion. And the next and final exercise that we did for extension was called the swan. Using our legs to go out on the sides of our mat and placing our hands on either side of the mat, we pulled our shoulder blades down, we engaged our core, and we lifted the front of our body off of the mat, stabilizing through the shoulder blades. That means keeping those shoulder blades pulled down. We engaged the core, which actually put us into extension, kind of back extension, but it also activated the sides of the glutes, which are what we call glute minimus and medius. So those are the simple Pilates exercises that we do in our bodies to help to strengthen our bodies, our core, our back, our muscles of rotation, which are the obliques. These are very simple yet effective exercises to help you with those, just to strengthen yourself daily. I hope that you enjoyed this version of strengthening through Pilates. And our next video will show you how we use Pilates to help us with balance and increased strength in our lower extremities. Thank you so much for your time today, and happy International Pilates Day. We'll see you next time. Bye now.